Hi, I'm Pamela Segneri and this is Firestarters TV. On today's show, I'm bringing you stories from Cambodia. We've travelled to Cambodia, we partner with ministries in Cambodia, and it's hugely inspirational. I know you're going to be touched. I know you're going to be blessed. So please, sit and just drink in what God is doing over there. And you too can make a difference, and if you'd like to, we'll show you how at the end of the show. I'm here in Cambodia and we're visiting Bethesda Living Faith Church. Now this is more than a church. I'd like to introduce you to Pastor Bora in Phnom Penh, and Pastor Bora is just going to tell us a little bit about what he does here, because as you can see behind us, this is clearly a lot more than a church.
Yep.
So what do you do here, Bora?
So I'm responsible as a pastor of a local church, but also we are doing small business, manufacturing on bags from recycled material.
So you're manufacturing bags?
Yeah.
Okay, show us some of your bags.
This is the bags. So we have different design.
So these are
designed by our own people.
With the zip?
Yeah.
These are very well made. So all your own designs?
Yep.
I like these little sort of, we've got some girls at home.
This one we call messenger bag.
Yeah. So there's quite a good range here. So what do you do with the bags? Did you retail them or do you wholesale them?
Mostly we do wholesale to the customers.
Okay.
Yep.
And where are you looking for your business to expand?
Normally these kind of bags are famous in the European nations and also America or Canada.
And Australia.
Yeah.
So you're looking for distributors in those nations. So if you're watching this today and you are a distributor, please feel free to get in contact with us and we'll put you in contact with Bora, because these are really, really cute bags. And I mean, we've got young teenage girls at home and we know every woman loves handbags anyway. So these are just great. So you can see behind us, this is a really extensive workshop that you've got here, Bora.
Yeah.
So you were saying before you have machines to sew T-shirts?
Yeah. We now actually we have about 10 machines that are made to use for production on T-shirts.
And you were about to start that?
Yeah, about to start. We are waiting for customer. When we have customer, then we will start the T-shirt productions also.
Yeah. So this is a sample of one of your T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could really do any design that anyone wanted.
That's right.
So you sew to order.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing to know these days, because these are excellent quality cotton in these T-shirts. So if we could just have a look around here, this is truly a community church. There's people outside playing badminton and just feeling that this place is their home. And this business also is home to a lot of people.
That's right.
So you have many people from many walks of life that, because of the community heart that you have all sorts of people that maybe other people wouldn't employ.
Yeah, there's a testimony of two disabled persons. One is a guy and one is a girl. Guy is crippled and the girl is one hand short. And they both came to tell me same thing, that they try to look around at the garment factory, but the people there won't allow them to work because they saw the disability. So they came finally to meet with us, and we just provide job for them, and they are very happy.
Of course, and very grateful, very loyal workers.
Yeah.
And you help widows, You were saying you
yeah,
have
we
some
also
widows.
have widows and some minute girls.
So a lot of people that it would be very difficult for them to find work elsewhere, but because this is your heart to sow into this community, so you're really a fire starter.
Yeah.
See, so this is the right place for you. You're starting a fire in Phnom Penh. We're going to have a look at the church, and you can tell us a little bit about how long have you actually been here? Not very long, is it?
This location is about 6 months. We just moved in about 6 months. So my main vision is we want to see life saved and live according to the calling of God. And this location is a lot of people staying. So it's an opportunity to reach out to the communities. So that's why we are moving to this place.
Yeah.
So these are English classes. So we have.
So that's just for the people in the community to come in. Yeah.
So right now the one class is very big, got about 50 students at the same time. So this class cannot make into 50%. We just move to the other room that bigger.
So how many students all up would you have for your English classes?
Right now is about 100 altogether.
100.
It's about 40 children and 60 young people, youth.
That's excellent. That's excellent. To introduce you to Bora's wife, Lisa, and Lisa runs the children's church here, which also is like everything else is really flourishing. So tell us, how many children did you have today in children's
today we have almost 100.
Almost
children.
100. And ages from what?
They come around
little children to...
Yeah, from 5 years old to 15 years old.
5 to 15.
Yeah.
And they're all hearing the gospel.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Play some game and
enjoy
movie together.
Did some memorize
memory verses. Yes. That's awesome. And they keep coming back. So
they keep coming back
and they're growing.
Friends come.
Yeah.
Like 60 jump to 70 and today is almost 100 already.
Yeah.
So this is our church main hall.
The new auditorium.
Yeah, new auditorium. That can sit about 250 people.
And how many are you getting along at the moment?
Right now it's in between 60 to 70 people.
But that's still good.
Yeah.
This is Mrs. Pastor Bora. The power behind the pulpit.
Firestarters prayer gatherings are brought to you by Integrity Restoration Ministries on the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month, held at 1 Alpha Road, Bellevue Heights. For more information, go to integritygroup.org.au.
So very exciting morning, Glenn.
It is, yeah. This is 2 years we're celebrating the WOW project in the village.
Yeah. And how far, when you look back to 2 years ago, and you look at these beautiful women sitting here in a row today, how far have they come?
Can hardly put into words how I feel about what we've done with these women and how great they've been in just getting into the project and sewing, learning new skills. And we're really thrilled too to have the chief of the village here today and 2 of his assistants. So they were here at the opening 2 years ago. They opened the project, cut the ribbon to the sewing room, and they were here last year for the 1st anniversary, and now they're here to celebrate 2nd anniversary.
That's wonderful.
So we're really pleased.
That is wonderful. So, I guess in lots of ways they're unrecognisable, these women, because now they have a future and a hope.
You couldn't recognise them now from the day when we started. You know, they didn't have a lot of nice clothes to wear, and they looked downcast because they hadn't had a lot of food to eat. Now they're all healthy and strong, eating regularly, and have enough money to buy food and clothes for their children, which is wonderful.
And they're confident. You know,
they are.
To see them sitting here smiling, and they're so confident, and it's a real credit to you. I'd like to introduce you to Pastor Noel, and he actually has come here as a missionary from the Philippines.
Yeah, from the Philippines.
To CM Reap, and he's been here for 7 years, 3 years in this place.
Yeah, and totally in Cambodia we're 14 years now.
14 years.
Yeah,
so
14
where were
years.
you before CM Reap?
Phnom Penh, Kompong Tom Province, and now here
And
in
now
Siem
here.
Reap.
So you're working north.
7 years. Yeah, that's right. I don't know until God moves me to another place. Might be Thailand.
Yeah, well,
because
north.
it's moving, going north.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so we're open. Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about the work that you're doing here? What you've actually achieved in God here?
We have the drug rehab center.
Yeah.
It belongs to the government institution. That was 6 years ago.
Okay.
When the Lord opens the opportunity for me to minister to the drug addicts, the young people, and the chief of police opened it for me to help there.
That's a favor of
and
God.
And it's a government institution, and I told them that I'm a Filipino and I'm a missionary.
Yeah.
And I told them, is it fine if I can share my faith about prayer and about the Bible? He said, as long as you will not force them, you can do it. And thank God we're there until now.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's really the favor of God.
6 years ago.
Yeah. And it's just grown from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, I know Pula for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Since I was in Phnom Penh.
Oh, okay.
And then the time this is her house.
Yes.
She opened it to me that we can minister here. Yeah. And then after a few months, Glenn came in.
Yeah.
And we introduced Glenn to the women.
Yeah.
That's why she's able to help the women as well.
Yes, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, because it's making a difference in the whole community.
Yeah, that's right.
And the word that the Lord's been saying to us, wherever we're travelling, is the church on the ground should be transforming the community.
That's right. Yeah.
And if we're not doing that, then we need to find a way to do it.
Yeah.
But you're doing it, and that's awesome.
It's a holistic way of helping people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs.
Absolutely.
So we're here to impact, influence the community.
And your wife teaches at the English
Eli International School.
Yeah.
It's a Christian school. Yeah, here, the first Christian school here in Siem Reap. Yeah, here in Siem Reap.
That's awesome, isn't it? That's impressive. So a lot of these children, will they go there when they become school age, or will they go to the government school? It's expensive?
They were attending the government school, and also here we extend the school here. And as they grow up, we increase the level of their grades.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So we extend our school as well to the community.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Because I guess it's fairly expensive to go to the private school.
Yeah, that's right.
For most of these people.
Especially international school.
Yeah.
So I have 2 kids, Paul and Joshua, born here in Cambodia.
Okay. Yeah.
One in the capital, Phnom Penh.
Yeah.
And one here in Siem Reap.
Yeah.
And for us, we cannot send our school to international school. It's very expensive. So God is so good. My wife started to have a homeschool, and then some parents invite their kids, join their kids for us.
Yeah,
That's why we have the school now.
That's
international
awesome.
school.
That's awesome. That is so good. Thank you.
Thank you for your prayers. God bless you.
Just share with us what God originally spoke to you about. What brought you here?
Well, I was a missionary in Papua New Guinea for many years, but the Lord called me to Cambodia, and I knew it was my next stop for serving the Lord. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do when I came. I have a passion to teach the Bible and teach in Bible colleges, and I've done a bit of that. But the Lord opened up an amazing door which I never would have dreamed of in this village, Trupiengse. When I arrived in Siem Reap, I met up with a Filipino couple who were already working in this village, and the wife is a Christian school in town. The husband was coming out here doing some English classes, and he said, could you please do something with the women of this village? And so I just began to help teaching English and working with the kids. And someone came along from a team from America and taught the women how to make some basic bracelets, just some woven bracelets. And so we would help them with buying the twine for that, and they'd do that sometimes when we were having our English classes. And then a team came in from Australia, a guy called Damon from the Blue Mountains, and when they come each year, they usually buy a whole lot of bags from the market. And they take these bags back to Australia and fundraise, sell them to raise money to bring back to help the poor on their next trip. So when he saw the women just making basic bracelets, he thought, I think these women could do a bit more. What about if we got these women to make the bags and we'll buy them off them and sell them in Australia. Well, my first reaction was, well, I don't sew and I don't know anything about that, so probably not. And he just kept inspiring me and saying, look, I'll pay for a sewing teacher. I'll buy you the machines and we'll buy the fabric and we'll get you started. And it was just like God was on it. And I just thought, well, I just want to be prepared to do whatever my hand finds to do. Yeah. And my heart of hearts was to bring this community of women out of poverty. And if this was a channel, I had to just accept that that was what God wanted me to do.
Yeah.
The scripture that got me here working in the village was one from 1 Samuel 2:8, which says, he raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit amongst princes and give them a place of honour. And I just believe that that's what we're doing with these women. We're lifting them out of their poverty and giving them a place of honour, and we see it on their countenance, and that's just so exciting.
Pop inside now and see what's going on. We'll have a look at the children in the preschool, and also some of the ladies are learning how to use these brand new electric sewing machines that have come from Australia. So come with me and we'll go in and have a look.
See, you on the foot, the foot.
The village, the ladies that we've just seen, this is where they live and cook and raise their children and do pretty much everything. This used to be the preschool.
Yeah, we actually built this seat out here. It's like a place where they just sit and congregate in the village. We built this here, so we had the preschool on there. We put the canvas up. We've had about 3 different canvases up there because when the rain comes and the wind, it just rips and we have to come and replace it. But this is where we started preschool, and the kids were thrilled, and it was just an amazing event. But so we were really pleased when we had access to that building.
That's
and
wonderful.
We could bring the kids inside and have proper tables and chairs.
Yeah. So never despise that place of small beginnings.
That's right. I like that scripture. So this was our small beginning.
Yeah. You know, this project seems to be, from what I've heard from you and what I've seen, it seems to be a lot of people doing a little bit.
Yeah.
And which is awesome, because so many times you hear people say, oh, when I've got enough, I'll do this. But it's not much, is it?
That's right. It doesn't take much to make a big impact in a village like this, and we just love getting the donations. We put it to use, like we just added a big new toilet in the village, and you'll see that. And because they were all sharing just one broken down one, so we were able to help with that. We've repaired some of their houses that were falling over, and there's a lot of we can do with a small donation. And also teams come up, and every time a team comes, they're a blessing. They bring their skills. Some of them do working bees here and help us clean up the village and help them with their gardens. And
so let's have a look through. So how many people would live in this village?
There's about 10 families in this village.
Okay, so let's have a look through. Well done, yay, well done. So the children come home every day about this time, about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, they walk home from the school for their lunch, and then they go back about 1:30 in the afternoon.
And then they stay until?
About 5 o'clock.
It's a long day.
They go from 8 till 11 and then about 1 till 5.
It's a long day, isn't it?
Do again. Hey,
And this man's bringing up his children on his own. He has 6 children, and he's bringing them up on his own. And he works carrying rice, so it's a pretty tough job in this weather. But he's doing that to keep his family together. His wife has gone to live in Phnom Penh. This lady's one of our women of worth, and she's become so proficient at sewing that you can see the bags in her home. She's got a sewing machine and she sews at home and is making a good business for herself. That's very good. And also, this is her son that we met just before. So she helps to bring up his 6 children. I hope that's given you some insight into Cambodian village life. It's a little bit different to what we live like in Australia or in America or in England. This is really the Far East, very far away from our Western way of life. We're here in the Women of Worth project shop in Siem Reap, and as you can see, it is full of Women of Worth material. Now these bags over here, these are all the bags that the ladies have made in the sewing room at the house. There's various different styles. Some are traditional, some not so traditional. But it's a great place, if you're in Siem Reap, to come and have a look.
Firestarters prayer gatherings are brought to you by Integrity Restoration Ministries on the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month, held at 1 Alpha Road, Bellevue Heights. For more information, go to integritygroup.org.au.
I've just been reading this really, really excellent book, Blood and Roses. It's written by a South Australian author, Jackie Waters. And let's just cross to Jackie now, and she's going to share with us a little bit about the book.
I thought, well, I wonder what this is, you know. Eventually, I discovered I was writing a novel that would span nations and generations. This is a part of that, yes.
The characters in your book are so three-dimensional that instantly, you know, from the first page or two, you're just with them and you're feeling it and sort of waiting to find out what they're going to get up to next.
Well, the story is set in the British Civil War, and which was an awful time in British history when Christians persecuted Christians. And so my characters are actually, they were very real to me. I love my characters. And they were from different walks of life and on different sides. So I don't actually take sides in the story. But what I've done is to trace their journey, the various journeys of a runaway servant girl and a rich heiress and several other characters who meet in various ways. Their lives cross, and they have to deal with their relationships with one another and with God through the traumas that are around them. And I wanted to portray something of what it was like for them and what kind of answers they found and how they found God, if they did, in the midst of that trauma. So that's where the blood bit comes in.
Yes.
And the roses bit it is really because there are romance stories as part of the story, but it's not a romance. It's really a human story, really. Yes, I think everybody can relate.
And I think that's the interesting thing about the characters. I found myself thinking, well, I'm from this standpoint when I went into the story, but then I thought, oh, well, I can actually see their point of view. I don't really like it, perhaps, but it wasn't about the point of view as much as the they're just people.
Yes, that's right.
A lot of people that can grab you in the first 2 pages, but if they can, they're the outstanding books that you remember. But this is part of a trilogy, you said,
yes,
a work in progress.
Yeah. Well, it is, and I have parts of the rest of it finished, and at the moment my biggest problem is people get to the end of this one and want the next part which isn't finished yet, so I have to set some time aside to finish that. Yes.
It's Blood and Roses. It's a historical novel, and it really truly is very, very interesting.
Firestarters prayer gatherings are brought to you by Integrity Restoration Ministries on the second and fourth Saturday of every month, held at 1 Alpha Road, Bellevue Heights. For more information, go to integritygroup.org.au.
If you'd like to partner with us in any of the ministries that we work with in Cambodia, please go to our website, firestarterstv.com, and you can partner with us. Whatever we do makes a huge difference in the lives of those people. Also, to encourage our missionaries over there. On next week's show, I'm thrilled to have Clark Taylor. Clark has been hugely inspirational in my life, and I know in the lives of many, many people across Australia. So please come and just drink from what this man has to share with us. He has a word for you, and I know that you're going to be blessed. Until then, I'm Pamela Segneri, and this is Firestarters TV.